Hi guys, it's October, it's going to be Halloween pretty soon, and we're going to talk about insurance. Yeah, that's pretty scary actually. It should scare the you know what out of every one of us, because it's the old beast, right? Where we all pay those premiums every month, we have to have it, and then it comes time to make a claim or whatever, and it's like, I think most of us walk away going, oh, have I just been totally screwed over or what? Anyway, I am not an insurance agent. I don't sell it. I certainly have had to buy it, and I've been totally burnt by it as well. In our condo, long time ago, our neighbors upstairs started their dishwasher. It's a pattern apparently they had. Turn the dishwasher on before they go to bed. Lots of us do that. I don't do that anymore. I don't turn any appliances on unless I'm right there. Anyway, they turned it on, something happened, and the water ran for 7 hours into our suite. Came time to make a claim. We were really new, first time in our condo. The strata basically stayed away from us. No, that's your problem. You figure that out. And the people above us said, well, we don't have any insurance, so we can't use ours. We were so, oh my gosh, we were so green. Anyway, ended up going on our insurance, over $80,000 claim, and the insurance company said, well, that was okay because, or the adjuster told us that the insurance company would go to the strata or to the people upstairs and recoup their money, and that way we wouldn't personally be responsible. Well, that never happened because they decided that it was going to be far too costly to hire lawyers to try to get this money back. It wasn't, a substantial amount to an insurance company. So the claim went on our own insurance, and then consequently every year for about 4 or 5 years, our premiums went up because we were being penalized for making a claim on our insurance, and it wasn't our fault. Anyway, so I'm going to try to keep this really short because this is a friggin' beast. And what it boils down to at the very end is getting yourself a really good agent. So I'm going to just touch on a few things, hopefully not make it too crazy complicated. You need to do your homework on this. You need to ask the right questions. You need to talk to the right people. All right. There is a master policy. The master policy is owned by the strata or the homeowners association. A lot of times if you have a property management company, they will have the master policy. What I have found out after interviewing 3 different gals that are fairly professional in this area, and one of them who I just loved, Elsa, she was fabulous. She said, you know what, I don't write anybody's policy unless they bring the master policy in with them. So when you go to buy your insurance policy for your 4 walls, make sure that you go to the strata or the property management company and say, I need a copy of the master policy that is in place today, and take it into your agent so you can have the correct deductibles on your policy, secondary deductibles. This is a big trend now. There is the deductible on the master policy, but apparently there's been a lot of condos experience water damage. So it now has, a lot of different companies will put a separate deductible on that policy for water damage. So it might be $20,000 on the master policy, but it may be a $50,000 deductible for water damage. And what you need to make sure of is when you buy your policy that somebody checks what those deductibles are. So you don't, for instance, the master policy on most condos might be $20,000, but maybe you've moved into a building where they've experienced a lot of claims, so now they've upped the deductible for $50,000. So you need to buy the difference to top it up. You need to make sure that you have that. So like I say, it's not, don't guess, no guesswork here. You need to have that master policy with you. The other thing is that you take it into that agent. They know how to read that small print. It's the old thing when you go to make a claim, they go, oh, well, you didn't read the small print. Actually, one of the gals said to me, it's so interesting. Most people don't know what they have until it's time to make a claim. And I'm going to say that's so true. A lot of us don't want to admit that that's what actually happened to us. But take it into a professional. They can read it. They can tell you what it is. There was actually one funny story is one lady, she said, oh no, I'm covered for trees. There had been some incident on the building for trees, and so the owners had to make a claim on their own four-wall, I call it the four-wall policy, what you have for your stuff. And she was so excited, I've got coverage for trees. Then she went in, and then they went through the exclusions, and the exclusion said was not for a ficus tree. Are you kidding me? And guess what had fallen? A ficus tree. So just because it says trees doesn't mean, so it can get pretty nicky-picky. So you guys need to do your homework. The other thing is that if a strata, if you're going to make a claim, or you talking to somebody in the strata, and this is what happened to us. They said, well, our bylaws say that, you know, you can't come to us to make that claim. Do you know what? Ask them if it's registered. If that bylaw isn't registered, it isn't a bylaw. It's something they put in place at an AGM, and they're going to tell you it is. And you want to see the policy. Make sure you have a copy of that policy. You guys, I just, you know, like I say, and a good agent. Get a really good agent. Don't just go over the counter and say, yeah, I need a policy, and there you go, and off you go. That person hasn't done their job. If you're new at this, you need somebody to work with you. The other thing is that I really make sure of that my agent has to do. They may not like me for it. I do have a broker, and I make sure that he shops the market for me. You know, and make sure that you're comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Different companies going to offer different things. But, you know, some people pay the same bill, comes in the mail, every year they pay it. The insurance company gives you a sheet in the front, tells you the changes that have been made to your policy. But you know what? That's not good enough in a condo situation, because every year your homeowners association, your strata, renegotiates their master policy. So you need to stay on top of that. This is something, when they renegotiate, you need to check your policy. So you guys, I'm going to leave this with you. You know, it really is kind of like, boo, gotcha, because nobody wants to pay the claim when it happens. So you get the best coverage that you can. It may cost you a little bit more, but it's going to be well worth it. You guys, it is October. Have a great Halloween. Have fun. And all the little ones out there, stay safe. Love you guys. See you later.